the phrase I heard in my family a lot was just be normal. Just be normal. Suck it up. Go to school. Have a good day. I was born without arms, and my parents didn't know that I was going to be born without arms until I popped out. Originally, the doctors told my parents that I would never walk, never eat on my own, never live on my own, that I would be requiring 24 hours of care throughout the rest of my life. And so, pretty bleak prognosis from the doctors when I was born. Hey man, how's it going?
Not too bad. Ready to go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I was probably in my mid-20s when a friend asked me and said, do you recognize that you're different? That there's something about you that you can't escape, and that you are inherently different, and no matter what you try to do to minimize it, like, there's something that stands out. And so I think what it took later in life is that second phase of that there's a certain level of difference that you can't mask, and that you need to own that, and that you need to be comfortable with who you are in that in order to really, develop as a person and mature as a person. We have buyout from the client on the creative concepts. They do a fundraiser every spring in May. That's a major donor fundraiser. And so they're basically saying we get a ton of great resource from that fundraiser about people who get up and share how their lives have been changed dramatically.
Okay.
And they're saying, why couldn't we just feature one of those stories and make it really emotional?
Sure.
For some reason, I always think of, creation as a conveyor belt. Was God just not paying attention when I went by on the conveyor belt and wasn't able to correct things? Was he present and literally made me this way with the disability? I think those are the conversations that keep coming up, is to keep asking God, why? Like, I just don't get it. So I think one of the key passages for me is John 9 with the man born blind. There's a guy born blind. The Pharisees ask Jesus, trying to trick him into, getting caught in a conundrum. Like, who sinned? Did his parents or did he sin that he would be born blind? And Jesus says, it's neither his parents nor he who sinned, it's for my glory. Are you kidding me? Like, I was created this way for a little bit more glory. I can stare at the mountains and get a ton of glory from God's creation. You really needed me, this tiny little human, to offer you a tiny bit more glory that pales in comparison to everything else? Like, I don't like that answer. I don't like the fact that I have to deal with everything on a day-to-day basis in a totally different way that makes me stand out and look different and struggle with things. I don't like that answer as to why I was made this way. But at some level, in order to live and not be stuck in not being able to get out of bed in the morning, I've got to allow for some mystery and say I just don't get it right now, but I'm going to choose to trust and choose to move on and choose to live out what I've been given. Because if there's one hope that I have, it's that I haven't been created this way or made this way, or evil hasn't affected my body in some way to make me be born this way for no reason. I'm hopeful that there's a reason for this, and I have maybe yet to discover all of those details, but at least I can live my life out in a way that is hopefully helping other people learn.